Alright guys, thanks for watching, guys and gals. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. And when we get to 100 subs, going to go ahead and be doing a really awesome giveaway. When we get to 500, going to be doing another one. And when we get to 1,000, we're going to do something really cool. So help us grow. But for now, what we're going to be doing is today's video is going to be a gas valve replacement. We have a millivolt generator gas valve here. Not that old. I believe there's some venting issues and gas pressure wasn't set correctly, but we dialed it all in. Millivolt generator is brand new. All the connections were tight, and the pilot just kept putting itself out. So we're going to go ahead and change this gas valve. For that, we're going to need a millivolt generator replacement, which you can get at almost any part store or appliance store. Okay, but they've got to be special for HVAC. And they can be ordered online. I don't recommend trying to do repairs yourself, but wall heaters are not very complicated systems. So if you're okay with pipe wrenches, some pipe dope, then this is not a bad repair. So I'm going to walk you guys through it, okay? So you're going to want to get one of these if you've got a wall heater. You're going to need to have some pipe dope, your soapy bubbles. You're going to have all your different size wrenches. This is my box end wrench. That's for taking off the pilot assembly, which is right here. Okay. Never mind my truck. It's been exploded. I've done a ton of work, and I have not quite had enough time to get everything organized. So I don't want to hear nothing about the truck for now. All right, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and post you right here. Let's see if that'll work. Get a good view. There we go. All right, let's go to town. So first things first is I pulled the old gas valve here off of the manifold here. Other thing is when you're taking them off, you have to remember when you're using pipe wrenches, crescent wrench, any of these, but when you're wrenching, you want to make sure that when you do the wrenching, that you have the wrenches as close to each other. So if you have a pipe, a piece here you're going to wrench and a piece here you're going to wrench, don't wrench it like this far away, because you could snap and create a lot of trouble. You're going to get better leverage and quicker action if they're near each other, and then hold them obviously towards the end. And you're going to need a big boy like this if you're going to really want to take out some old rusted in components. These smaller pipe wrenches will do the trick for most other things. And I really freaking hate idiots thinking that if it's natural gas it's just hand tight. No, you tighten it down till you can't get any more. You don't play around with gas. Stuff upsets me hearing fools say stuff like that. So anyways, this burner here is not very dirty. See those? Normally when I do a repair like this, I'm going to take a wire brush and I'm going to clean these out. Okay, so this repair doesn't need to be done. As you can see, brand new thermocouple on here. So first thing we're going to do is get the new valve prepped. We're going to get the new valve out. We got to orientate ourselves as to which direction it's facing, right? In and out. So you notice it's got multiple ways that it can be installed. All right. So it's very important that you put it back the way it came and that you stop these up. I've seen guys install gas valves and leave these in. Crazy. I mean, I don't know how they can blow the house up. So you're going to pull these all out. Go ahead and pull them out. And the valve, awesome enough, should come with all the cool fittings that you're going to need to adapt this thing, whether you're using 3/8 or 1/2 inch. In case you get a pilot leak, you're going to have another compression nut there. And then these are the knockouts. You're going to use, there's 4, right? You got to have an innie and an outie, so no matter what, you're going to use 2, and then 2 you're not. So you're going to plug up the 2 that you're not using. All right, now this particular design was meant for the to be pretty much like this. You see? So we're going to go ahead and plug that top one, and we're going to plug that bottom one. Okay? First thing we're going to do. Now, with pipe dope, do not use too much pipe dope. It doesn't need to be so much that it's just coming out the ends, because then you can actually create leaks. Pipe dope helps seal it and make it gas tight, but the threads are what really seal it. So don't go crazy on the pipe dope. That's rule number one. Alright, so the way I do these is got a little spot there. I'll put them on my pinky, kind of like this, shove them in there, and then I'll hold it with my thumb like that, so that I don't get too filthy. And then we're going to apply just a thin layer of pipe dope on here. Should have stirred this. This is all nasty. It's been sitting a while, so that's probably even way too much. Here, let's get that off of there. Let's clean this up a bit. Okay, so that's even way too much. Alright, so you don't need to have a ton of pipe dope on there. And again, we're going to be doing these side ones, so I'm going to just stick it in there. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I'm going to start screwing it. My finger's already getting dirty. Forget it. Now, unless you have a square that's directly that big, what actually seems to work pretty perfect for these, take a crescent wrench. Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I could get this, and you could just spin it like that, but you want to close this down. And different size wrenches, different size lips. So on this one we're going to use the bigger one. Alright, I'm going to take this guy, I'm just going to stick this in here. I don't want to get the threads, so if you'll notice here I have let's see if I got a gap, so I'm not biting down on the threads. I'm just going to use the squared end here to turn it. See? You barely need to have it in there. Now, we're going to keep turning it. Oops, see? Slips a little bit because it doesn't have the best grip, because it's not the right exact square. Look at that. Really tight though. Got it in there tight. We ain't going to get no leaks. And I do believe I also have a I'm gonna go get a big Allen or a big square for this. Be right back. Oh, duh, I remember what it was. It wasn't my crescent wrench. Sorry, guys. There's a little burnout on my part. My vice grips happen to have the perfect size, like a squared opening here. You see that square and that square there? It goes in perfectly like this. And you don't even have to, and you can just spin. So let's see. It's pretty tight. Alright, now we're going to do the other knockout. And I'll almost be done soon. It's making it take a lot longer than it should. Because obviously I'm putting it on video for you guys. So the way you do this is really a light amount. You don't need a lot. You don't need to have a ton. It just got a little drip, right? So we just need to fill those threads up. Just like that, see? And that's even too much. This liquid pipe dope that I'm using right now is a little liquidy and runny. I should have kind of stirred it up a little more. It's been sitting there for a while. Alright. Again, stick this in there, and we're just going to turn it See? Turns perfect. It's in there really good. Now we're sealed up, good to go. Now we got our innie and our outie, and then I've got to do our bushings because we're using 3/8 gas and this is 1/2 inch. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one here, same kind of theory, except these we can't use anything to tighten with. We have to use the things that are connecting to these to tighten them. So these just go in hand tight at first, and then we tighten the pieces that connect to these. So I'll show you. And I'm going to use this pipe dope. This stuff's better. A little thicker, the white, not the yellow. Okay, so we got knockout or the piece 1 and piece 2. Boom. Okay. We're going to go ahead and these. We're going to go ahead and thread the outside just a little bit.
Like that.
Okay, so see this stuff a lot less messy. Yeah, I like this white stuff a lot better than the yellow. It's garbage stuff. So we're going to do the outside and then we got to do the inside. The inside will be with the piece that connects to this. So, for example, look at this here. Right, this piece is too small for this piece, so this piece right here is going to be what joins them, and it does come inside the valve. All right, so this is, we have our, as you can see, our inlet, so this makes this the outlet, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do the outlet first. There's no particular order you have to do this in. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, so I'm just barely in there. And then when I tighten this piece, it's going to tighten this piece, you'll see. So we're going to go ahead and do this other one now. Then I've got to pull the male piece out of there. Alright, the adapter connector piece. I'll put this in there. Let's make sure we even need it. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece here and see, I've got to thread the inside or thread this piece, right? So we're going to take it now, not thread, sorry, bad terminology. We're going to seal it with some pipe dope here. We don't want pipe dope on the lip. We don't want it around it, getting all inside of it. We don't want to gunk up our gas valve. And that is more than enough. So clean that up there. So here's our piece here. We're going to go ahead and take it, and we're going to just spin and watch what happens when we catch. There we go. Oh, move this pilot out the way. Hold on. There we go. Pilot moved. All right, here we are. See? So up and grab. There we go. Now we're on. Okay, now you'll notice as soon as we hit a certain point that the piece that's in the valve will actually start tightening as well. See? The valve spinning, then it's not as much. So they will tighten each other. Okay, so now this is about hand tight right there. So that's not going to be good enough for gas in my world. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that we get this sucker yacked down nice and good. basically want to take my pipe wrench here, and I've already tightened. I got another spin out of it, so now basically I just want to line it up really good. So now I'm just going to give it a little tighten here, just a smidgen. There we go. I wonder how many. I don't know if I could get a whole nother turn. Oh, look at this, watch. This is why they say hand tight is never tight. Look at that. I bet you I'll get another turn even out of that too, watch. Okay. Now let's see if we can get another turn out of that. So here we go. Sure enough. Oh, wait a minute. I was going loose with that one. I go the other way. Going backwards, Sam. Alright, there's that one.
Where would you like this here or inside?
Oh, you could just set it right there, and I'll take care of that for you.
Thank you.
Perfect. So, take that. Now, she's gonna go. Take this. It's hard doing this in front of the camera because normally I'd have a vise or something. There we go. All right, right there. Now we're tight, we're snug, where we need to be, and we've got our manifold set up now. Good. We're going to take our pilot, we're going to reconnect it to the pilot port here. Now you don't pipe dope a flared fitting,
Right.
So you don't have to pipe dope the pilot. A lot of guys will, but you don't have to.
Do you have a screwdriver I could borrow?
Sure do. Yeah, it's
Or-
inside the house, right by the furnace, right by the wall heater. It's inside. If you want an 11 in one, it's inside by the wall heater on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I got an 11 in one you can use.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's right there.
That's perfect.
Okay, so one of the things is you got to make sure you get this coming in the right angle, or you'll strip the female part of the gas valve. Tricky little booger. So we got to make sure that we are coming in at this right. Whew, this is gonna be a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, and then I'm holding it and doing it like this because again I'm trying to show you guys. So you got to get that in there just the right way. You got to kind of see I'm pushing the gas valve against myself so I have something to stabilize it as I start to twist the nut. There you go, the nut is threading in there good now. And we want to make sure it's not cross threading and that it's threading in there right. So goodness, this is why they give you a new compression nut with every gas valve. They give you a new compression nut because these things are such a pain in the butt just to get them on there right, tighten, and not strip a thread. Such a now you strip it, you mess it up, you're screwed. You need a new gas valve because it's the gas valve fittings that you're stripping. So this has to go in there at the right angle or it'll put tension, and the male threads on here will strip the female threads in here. So you gotta make sure you do it right. That's what she said. And I've done it ever since. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Doing it right Only way how to do it, folks. Make sure you take pride in your trade, your skills, whatever you do in life. Do it right. Ain't nobody like half-ass. There's a difference between not knowing and knowing it and not doing it, you know. Okay, so we got a nice tight fit in there. Give it a little extra turn. There we go. You don't want to go too tight, cause a leak. This is all done and ready now. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take it back into the house, and I've got to rehook up my millivolt generator and then my thermostat connections being broke by the high limit. And then this piece right here is going to get connected to the gas line. And that, folks, is how you do a gas valve. It's not hard at all. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.